Hello everyone, this is Iratus, Lord of the Dudes, and it is a game that is very similar to Slay the Spire and Darkest Dungeon. So if you like either one of those games, you should probably like this game. Now the game itself here, this is kind of the menu where you have a graveyard creation where you get to create stuff, artifacts where you get to equip things, a bestiary of all the humans, the map where you play. You can make potions to give yourself stats and stuff. You can do alchemy where you can transmute things into different items. And you can see up here at the top, these are all the item parts you have. And you use these to create minions. So you can see here I have a full roster of minions. And as well as finally you get your talent tree, which has all these different cool spells in it and different things that you can learn. They give you different item effects or minion effects, or spells that you can cast on people's face. So graveyard is a little bit more complicated here. Graveyard is these different buildings you can build, and for this one example, these you digger's souls, and digger's souls are stuff that you use to upgrade these different buildings. And these buildings, like the library for example, give Iratus more experience, so he levels up, and you can use those points on the talent tree so that you can teach him how to do different things. You can get wrath in this building. This building will help you to find random parts here from the top, so you can build your characters. You got this one that will restore mana, and you have this one that will heal all of your guys' HP. As you can see down here, I've got a bunch of low HP guys. So we're going to go here real quick into creation. So you get to make all these characters. There's quite a different amount here. I'll go through them real quick, so if you want to freeze it, you can go ahead and do that real quick and see that. I don't have all of them unlocked yet. And a few of these are done by doing difficulties, different missions in the game, or by luring like the vampires over to your side. And so each character class gets a little information panel. You get your abilities, and the abilities here you can see, like, this is slice. It's a physical, and there's the amount it does, and you can see the little skulls there. That means you have to be in that position. Like here he is here. He's in the front position, so that means he could activate slice, and he can do it on the two enemies in the first two slots. So this one, he has to be in one of the back three slots, and that little forward 2 means he will slide 2 positions forward from wherever position he's in, and then he'll get that buff. Got debuffs, support. You can see this one, it's got a line through all of it. That means that he's going to affect all of those guys on the line. And then you have stances. Stances are abilities where a person goes into the stance and they use up their turn, and they will stay in that stance until the beginning of their next turn, or if they get knocked out of it by some of the other abilities which can knock you out of stances. The other thing you can do is you can engage people using stress instead of trying to damage their health meter. So there are stress abilities as well. And each individual class type has kind of different slots that they work in really well, or different roles that they can play, or if you put them in different places in the order, they are able to fulfill a role for, say, a stress character, or a support, or like this guy, I like to have him in front and use him as a tank. Now stats, you have the ability to upgrade your stats, so you'll earn points over time, and they'll pop up here in the little plus, and that means you have the ability to level up some stats. If you have the medal, that means you're able to level up one of your abilities, and you get to choose one or the other. So like this one has the added 50% chance to stun, and this one just increases the amount that you do.
Terror or lethality today.
And now here we have all the different parts. If you wanted to sort them by priority, you can click these little buttons. So you can see here I don't have any of the fancy ones right now, so I have those ones. And so if you wanted to make this creature, for example, you could click this real quick and fill it up, and then you'll be able to create him. But I used up all my slots, so I can't do that right now. But you can see, you can sort by the type. So if you wanted to see that really quickly, and then you have your items, where each character can equip an item on one side and an item on the other side. So like this one, I have it to where he will heal himself based on the amount of stuff he will inflict on enemies. So for example, I can use him and put him in the front, cast shield as his stance, and he'll be able to protect and shield an ally, and he'll do a little bit of impact on somebody, and that impact will also heal him as well. So he's got kind of a protection, shield, healing thing. So you can change the way the roles work based on how you want it to work. So like I could also make him so he's unmovable, or so on and so forth. So artifacts are the same thing, more or less. They're pretty simple. You just get one of these slots here, and then the last item is consumable items. So you have these, like I can restore more mana each turn, and that's one-time use. So that's the system pretty much. Here's flasks. You can make the potions. So like there's different potions you can make. It's pretty simple. Alchemy, you can destroy some of these to heal up all of your people. You could change it to a different type if you really wanted a thing and wanted to switch out, or you had an abundance of them. You can restore mana, and then you can also make some basic items that you can throw onto your characters. And so like say if you had the mana and then you had a tree here for this, let's see, I think it's one of these. Alchemy, yeah, here you go. So you can use the calcination to get 100% more mana. As you can see, my mana is really low. And then you have this, you can do the same thing but in reverse for distillation, and you can heal up your guys. Now, we're going to go to the dungeon. Choose my squad here, click on the dungeon map, and then it'll load in the map. So you can see we had blocks of ward. The ward is the block for magics, and the other one is for fizz. So he used the thing and it uses up to the 2 stacks. So we're now in a stage 2 where we can get smacked. So I'm going to use this, block him. He'll be protected. And here's your mana gauge, where it shows you how much mana you have. Here's your wrath gauge. And then here's the spell sets. When you get more spells, they'll fill up these slots. If you have the flask for the potions, you can use them here. You can have different spells, like this one I could move a person over here to there, or I could smack this person, or I could deal some magic. So let's deal some magic on this guy, but he's got ward, so it doesn't do anything. So if I wanted to reset this, I could use this character. He could reset this thing, so you could use it again if you had stuff to cast with. Since I don't, I'll just go ahead and go there. And that's the system pretty much. It's pretty simple. And there are some enemies like this guy, where you can see he's got a 50% chance that no matter which one of these you strike, it will have a good chance of coming back to him. He also does not have a stress meter, so that means you cannot stress him out. So this would do nothing to him. That's it pretty much. It's pretty simple. And you see here on the sides, you got your stats here. Pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you can read. There you go. And that's it. It's pretty simple. It's not that hard at all. Now if you open the map here, you can kind of see how big the map is. I've already gone through all this dungeon here. So you would start down here and you'd pick a path. I picked this one, so I'm going through all the way over here, and then I went across up here, and now I'm up here, and I have a little bit more ways to go, and then here's the boss. So I get to choose, just like say like slay the spire, where I get to choose, I can go this way, I can get a free gift, or I can go this way and get more digger stuff so I can build those buildings. Or I could get experience or heal myself. And just to finish off the video here, you can get the Necromancer DLC, which I got and I didn't even know I was using, but it works really great with the vampire. And you can use the vampire, the guy here, who can just smash everyone, and the abomination is a great tank.